would request all the dignitaries to sit.
Now I would like to request Director Sir to kindly present our guest of honor with a memento as a token of our gratitude and inexplicable bond we have forged with him. Now, I would like to request Dr. Jaideep Pati to kindly present keynote speaker Dr. Saurabh Khanra with a memento as a token of our gratitude. Now, I would like to request convener of the GMHPHCI-2022, Dr. Jaideep Pati, for his address.
Hello. Thank you, Akankya and Anuj. A good morning to all of you. Esteemed guest of honor of the conference, Dr. Vasudev Das, Director, Central Institute of Psychiatry. Honorable Patron of the conference, Professor Dr. Vishnu Priya, Director, Iiit Ranchi. The co-conveners of the conference, Dr. Salini Mehto and Dr. Bam Bahadur Sinha. My dear colleagues, all the faculty members and research scholars participating in the conference, and my dear students. I feel extremely glad to welcome everyone to the much-awaited International Conference on Global Mental Health and Public Health Challenges and Innovation 2022 at Iiit Ranchi. It gives me immense pleasure standing in front of you all among the most esteemed personalities who have won accolades in their respective fields. All of you know that Indian Institute of Information Technologies are the unique initiatives taken by Government of India to promote applied research in the field of diverse domains. And Indian Institute of Information Technology, Ranchi, is managed by the professionals from the area of academics and research under the guidance of a board of governors of the institute that has representatives from participating industry partners, eminent academicians and researchers and representatives from the government. Iiit Ranchi is committed to academic and research excellence and good governance. The research cells of Iiit Ranchi are focused on research and development activities in the field of agriculture, healthcare, which includes mental health, public health, telemedicine, and many other domains. Using the technologies, advanced data analytics, pattern recognition, information retrieval, natural language processing, intelligent embedded system, biosensors, and other related technologies. Facing mental health issues is one of the most difficult tasks, which is worsening the global statistics. About mental health disorders, we appreciate the hard work that every mental health professional does. And we truly welcome every innovation and technology that aims to bring down the prevalence of depression, suicide risk, and any other mental troubles. Public health is concerned with protecting the health of the common people. So it can be as small as a local neighborhood or can be as large as the world. Public health is concerned with the health of the public. I hope and I believe by the use of the technologies like artificial intelligence, data analytics tools, machine learning, deep learning, and IoT could be effective in solving the problems in the domain of mental health and public health. I strongly feel that acting strongly and collectively is the need of the hour, utilizing all the researchers for a common goal can work wonders. It is my most sincere hope that owing to the relentless endeavors, this conference will help us in taking strong resolution on how we move towards the goal of solving the issues and challenges in the field of mental health and public health. This is all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us with your words of wisdom on public and mental health. Next, I would like to invite co-convener of GMHPHCI 2022, Dr. Shalini Mahato, for her address.
Thank you, Akansha. Good morning to our esteemed guests, program committee members, faculties, officers, students, and most importantly, the motivating force behind the conference, the participants and attendees. We all have heard of famous saying that healthy body leads to healthy mind. But conversely, we can say that healthy minds leads to healthy body, as everything is controlled by our mind. Technically speaking, if we are happy, it leads to secretion of good hormones, which leads to healthier body. Thus, healthy mind leads to healthier body. So it's all about our mind, or say mental health. But awareness related to mental health is very less. Mental health issues negatively impact millions of people's life globally. Mental health is an important issue with many challenges in investigation, diagnosis, treatment, monitoring, drug of choice, and side effects. Public health is a science and art of preventing disease. Modern technologies like Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and machine learning could help to solve problems in domain of mental health and public health. Keeping this in mind, with the blessings of Almighty and immense support of our Honorable Director Sir, respected Registrar Sir, entire program committee, and Iiit Ranchi family, we are able to come up with the conference Global Mental Health and Public Health Challenges and Innovation, GMHPHCI 2022. GMHPHCI 2022 aims to bring together researcher, leading scientists, psychiatrists, psychologists, doctors, statisticians, and health care workers to share knowledge, present their novel ideas, and discuss the challenges. The conference also strives to provide an opportunity for young researcher, academician, and practitioners with multidisciplinary interest to meet and interact with members across the range of discipline. GMHPHCI aims to support healthcare providers by amalgamating technology along with it. We look forward to put an impact in the society with the novel ideas of our participants. So, let us come together and make this world a happier place to live in by contributing more to the society with our innovation and ideas. Together, we can and we will bring a positive change. Thank you everyone for your patience hearing.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable words. Next, for the release of Conference Book of Abstract, I would request all the dignitaries to unveil the Book of Abstract. Thank you all the honorable dignitaries. Moving on, we would like to invite our Honorable Director, Professor Vishnu Priya, to share his words of wisdom. Throughout his career, he has been associated with many notable universities, from Kyoto Institute of Technology, Japan, to IIT Delhi and ISM Dhanbad. Apart from this, he has been heading this institution since its inception. and has been instrumental in each and every achievement of this institution so far. I would like to request Professor Vishnu Priya, Director, Indian Institute of Information Technology, Ranchi, for his address.
Thank you very much. So, Professor Basudev Das, Director, Central Institute of Psychiatry, Ranchi, Dr. Saurav, Associate Professor, CIP, who is the keynote speaker in today's conference, Dr. Jaideep Pati, Convener, Dr. Shalini Mato, and Dr. Bam Bahadur Sinha, the two co-conveners of the present international conference, all the participants who have traveled from far and near to attend the conference physically, and the participants who are connected with us through Google Meet and YouTube. My colleagues, my students, ladies and gentlemen, accept my warm welcome to this interim campus of Iiit Ranchi in this very bright sunny morning. You won't believe how happy and ecstatic I am to be associated with this conference. And it is like a dream come true to see many of you in flesh and bones in this hall after 2 years of scary pandemic looming over us. The present conference is being organized at a right time when for last couple of years global mental health and public health challenges were experienced in reality by every single person who has survived this pandemic on this earth. The solutions to the pandemic challenges were unknown, and the situation triggered to find innovative solutions, be in the form of designing a simple mask to protect from nano-sized virus, or in the form of vaccines to overcome this virus, or many application of tools to diagnose these particular ailments because their symptoms were very common. Indian Institute of Information Technology, Ranchi, normally we call it as Iiit Ranchi, also made effort in this area, and we had filed 2 patents in this regard. Iiit Ranchi, as you have been briefed by Dr. Jaideep Pati, that it is an institute of national importance established by an Act of Parliament in 2016 with its stakeholders, Government of India 50%, Government of Jharkhand 35%, and 3 private partners sharing the remaining 15%. Iiit Ranchi is fortunate to have Central Coalfield Ranchi, Tata Technologies Limited, and Tata Consultancy Services as partners. Institute started in the campus of mentored NIT Jamshedpur with 32 students, and is now functioning in 2 interim campuses, one at Dhurwa, where we are presently sitting, and other at Namkum Ranchi. The permanent campus is coming up in 52 acres of land in Kanke block, which has a very gorgeous landscape with brooks and hills. It is really beautiful when it will come up. The vision and mission of the institute is to go beyond the boundaries of being a degree-giving institution and become a skill-breeding institution. The motto is to be known as an institute of excellence in 3D, which stands for first D for design thinking, other for digital transformation, and the third one for data science. All faculty members who are associated with Iiit Ranchi are dedicating 40% of their time in academics, 40% in research, and 20% in executing administrative responsibilities. The present conference is a byproduct of these efforts, where one of our faculties, Dr. Shalini, got a research project grant from MSME that was selected and announced by Honorable Prime Minister of India, along with few other projects. Believe me, before that, I also was not aware of mental health issues are so prevalent and can happen at any stage of our life. Human body is so complex, and many times more complex to that is our brain. But mind, which is the interface of these two, and it acts like a software on the hardware of this human body, holds them together. A simple physical discomfort we have, we run to a doctor. And in India, we are lucky to be our own doctors as well. And we can buy medicines without prescriptions. This never happens in any other country. They are not, you cannot go to any pharmacy shop and buy any medicine which requires prescription. It is very difficult. But if we have any mental problems, we try to never even share with our close ones, and that becomes a problem if it is not taken care of. We try in most of the institutes abroad where I had an opportunity to stay and study and or do research as a different capacity. They all had counselors who were able to help you identify mental issues if you are not performing to your potential, if you are stressed or you show any unusual behavior. In India, we hardly do that. We are rather ashamed to accept that we are having some mental problems, and we always are afraid of getting any stigma attached to our personality. Most of us find an easy way to get out of it by picking up quarrels with our friends and spouses, or shouting at our children or boys or students, or mentally abusing our boss and seniors. These are our way of giving vent to our feelings. But we do not address the real issues. But we never admit it, that this is related to our mental health. So mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, how we feel, and how we act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. We should be aware that mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood, adolescence, adulthood, and even at my stage, where I feel that I have achieved all what I have dreamt of. Anxiety, behavioral eating disorders are so common that we do not even consider them to be a mental health issue, but they are. Depression, anxiety, and stress are the most common disorders that affect a person of all ages and all strata of society. If neglected at the preliminary stage, they can become acute and can push a person to brink of suicide. The present conference is being organized to address such problems: early detection, analysis, and prevention. I'm pretty confident that 3 days of interactions in the conference will be a positive step in this direction, and the participants, after returning to their parent organization, will make others aware of these impending issues. My best wishes to all present here, and wish the conference will achieve the goals that were conceived in the nascent stage of planning. Thanks all. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for highlighting the feelings which comes through anxiety and stress and that impact the mental health and public health. Now, I would like to invite guest of honor, Dr. Vasudev Das, Director, CIP, Central Institute of Psychiatry, Ranchi. Throughout his career of more than 30 years, he has been credited with the authoring of numerous papers and techniques from various topics such as cognitive, behavioral therapy, clinical research, and supervision.
Respected Professor Vishnu Priya, Director, Indian Institute of Information Technology, Ranchi. Dr. Jaideep Pati, convener of this conference, Dr. Salini Mahato and Dr. Bambahadur Sinha, co-convener of this conference, Dr. Saurabh Kanra, who is Associate Professor of Psychiatry as well as keynote speaker of this particular conference, all the distinguished delegates, faculty members, my dear students, and media persons. And since it has been an hybrid conference, people who are attending online also. Professor Vishnupriya has already highlighted the importance of mental health, starting from early childhood to late life. Thanks, sir, for highlighting it. And if you see that particularly in last 2.5 years, what we all have gone through during this COVID-19 pandemic, so it was a lesson for all of us. Before that, probably sporadically here and there we used to talk little bit about mental health, but mostly it remains neglected. But maybe for everything there is a kind of blessing in disguise. So that was the blessing in disguise with COVID-19 pandemic, that we started realizing the importance of mental health. And if you see that for the history, in the history of union budget, first time this year in the union budget, our Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has mentioned separate budget for mental health. Earlier it was part of health budget and it was a very negligible amount. So, as an outcome, the National Tele-Mental Health Program has launched. And I am happy to share you that we have been given lots of responsibility to run that program. We have been given the responsibility of State Telemanas Cell to cover up the state of Jharkhand, as well as we will be the mentoring institute for that, and we will be regionally coordinating 6 neighboring states, which includes besides Jharkhand, Bihar, Odisha, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. So as you all know that there is severe scarcity of mental health professional and the demand is very, very high. So roughly if you see that the prevalence of mental illness has risen to about 2.5-fold after the COVID-19 pandemic. If you see the common mental disorders, particularly anxiety disorders and depression, then it amounts to 20 to 30% increase. So quite a huge, enormous demand is for us, and we are very limited in number. So how to bridge this gap, how to cater? So there lies the role of, as I have mentioned, that tele-mental health program or tele-health, tele-mental health or tele-psychiatry, whatever, tele-consultation, all those things comes up. And particularly that if you see, review the worldwide statistics, around 450 million people are suffering from mental illness in the world. And mostly they could not reach to the mental health professionals, around to the tune of 70%. They are not being addressed by the mental health professionals. So the demand is very high, so you have to come up with modalities or methods or techniques how to cater or bridge this gap. So maybe telemental health is one. And another thing, particularly when we talk about mental health, that when it comes to early diagnosis and treatment, so there is lots of problems because of prevailing stigma in the community, that people don't consider it to be as important as our health per se, and people try to ignore and neglect because of lack of awareness. At the same time, people are not aware that these can be very effectively treated or intervened if it is detected early. So early detection remains a challenge. So you here at Iiit Ranchi, so you have all the technical expertise in terms of digital technologies per se. So digital technologies is bound to play a very important role in probably bridging this gap to the tune that reducing stigma for early diagnosis and intervention, and also to address the lack of mental health professionals. So there is other various concepts also are there, that since there is very less number of psychiatrists or clinical psychologists or psychiatric social worker or psychiatric nurses, so if we can train the other health professionals like the doctors in the primary health care as well as the nurses and other healthcare professionals, then probably we will be able to bridge this gap. And you know that majority of the mental illnesses, particularly when it comes to the common mental illness, they can be very well identified as well as treated at the level of primary health care. So if we can train who are there in the primary healthcare setup to these primary common mental illness, so probably we will be able to address majority of the population who are suffering from these common mental illnesses. And nowadays there is lots of issues about big data management, particularly which is very relevant for the field of mental health. And you all know there is always a greater emphasis on artificial intelligence, then on machine learning and so many other fields. So you will be happy to know that Dr. Salini, along with one of our faculty, Dr. Nishant Goyal, they have worked in this area, and they have come up with that patients probably who are on the verge of developing depression or suffering depression, so we can detect them early by analyzing their brain electrical waves. So they have conducted a study, and they have come up with some hybrid depression detection technique which got patented, and probably they are waiting that maybe some kind of wearable gadgets or so will come up, and probably that will be able to detect depression at very early stage and we will be able to intervene. So such kind of research work or research collaboration is the need of the hour, and I am very, very hopeful that we together, with the blessings of sir, and sir, you are also coming to become our neighbor in Kanke, and so we'll be able to collaborate much more, and we'll be able to come up with very kind of solutions, digital solutions and innovations in addressing the huge mental health needs of our population. And particularly nowadays the focus is also been shifted about prevention. So regarding prevention also, that probably that why the prevalence of mental illness has risen after COVID pandemic, that we were not resilient enough. Like suppose if you take the example of Japan, so see their level of resilience, because they are regularly into kind of facing the disasters in terms of earthquake and tsunami and all. So they are a very resilient people. So they don't succumb to these kind of disasters, and they remain healthy and active. So you have seen this in the recent World Cup also, that how they have beaten Germany. So we have to become like them. So we have to be much more resilient so that we can overcome such challenges which we will bound to face in future. So thank you once again for giving me this opportunity to be here with you and to interact with you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable words. Now we have a message from a chief guest for the day, Shri Manoj Kumar, Chairman cum Managing Director, Central Mine Planning and Design Institute Limited, a mini Ratna company. He could not make to the event due to some unavoidable circumstances. So on behalf of him, I request Anuj to kindly present the message to the audience.
His messages are as follows. It is gratifying to note that Indian Institute of Information Technology, Ranchi, is hosting an international conference on global mental health and public health challenges and innovation from 25th of November to 27th of November 2022. The publication of a book on this occasion is inspiring and praiseworthy. The theme of conference is very relevant in today's fast-paced world where we often neglect the mental health and put it on the back burner. Between family's responsibility, work obligations and social situations, it is no wonder why very few of us actually find time in the day to take care of our mental health. As per study, mental health related problems have impact on employers and businesses through effect on productivity and profit, as well as leads to safety related hazards. With the help of innovation in the field of artificial intelligence and machine learning, we can reduce this impact. On this note, I congratulate the organizers for bringing this conference of wide interest. I hope this conference will provide tremendous opportunities for high-level deliberations and exchange of knowledge for all participants and delegates, which will surely contribute towards the betterment of society. I wish the conference a grand success. Now moving forward, to ensure that students who cross the academic and aptitude gates do not lose out due to gaps in foundational and soft skills as required by the industry, and for further research and collaboration, Iiit Ranchi is entering into a memorandum of understanding with CIP Ranchi. I now request Dr. Shalini Mehto to present a brief about the MOU before it is formally made between the both institutes.
Thank you, Anuj. Thank you for providing me this opportunity. Today, we are taking the partnership forward throughout the memorandum of understanding between Iiit Ranchi and CIP Ranchi, with the objective of bringing technology and medical sciences merged together and bringing new innovation in the field of mental wellness The MOU promotes interdisciplinary research in the field of mental health and technology. Indian Institute of Information Technology, Ranchi, Jharkhand, and Central Institute of Psychiatry, CIP, Ranchi, Jharkhand, in recognition of their common interest in developing bilateral research relation and convinced that cooperation between two bodies of learning contributes to scientific progress and the consolidation of research-driven collaboration for enhanced growth in the region as well as in the country, the institution have agreed to establish MOU on academic cooperation. Appreciating the need of creation of large reservoir of highly qualified individuals in field related to computer science engineering, electronics engineering, psychology, and other allied areas, desiring to undertake research in specific or interdisciplinary areas by pool in their expertise and resources, the MOU seeks to form a nucleus for promoting scientific research excellence. I would now request Honorable Director Iiit Ranchi and Honorable Director CIP to kindly sign the MOU in the presence of august gathering. Sir, please.
Now, I would like to request Director Sir to kindly present our guest of honor with a memento as a token of our gratitude. Now, I would like to request Dr. Jaideep to kindly present keynote speaker Dr. Saurav Kahandra with a memento.
Now I would like to invite Dr. Bam Bahadur Sinha, co-convener of GMHPHCI 2022 for vote of thanks.
Thank you, Anuj. Good morning, all. The sense of gratitude can never be expressed through words. Let me surf through the vocabulary store of mine to choose the best words in thanking. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable event, International Conference on Global Mental Health and Public Health Challenges and Innovation. Let me first of all start giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's event a resounding success. We, organizer of this conference, are very much grateful to our Honorable Director Sir, Professor Vishnu Priya, for his continuous guidance from the scratch level till now. Thank you, sir. On behalf of this organization, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guest of honor, Professor Basudev Das, Director Iiit Ranchi, who despite his busy schedule has found time to grace this inaugural session. I thank him for his precious time and his valuable words on mental health and well-being. Thank you, sir. We are grateful to Dr. Saurav Khandra, Associate Professor, Iiit Ranchi, for being our guest and agreeing to share his knowledge with the participants via keynote session. Thank you, sir. I also take this opportunity to thank our respected Registrar Sir, Dr. Satya Mandal, for all his help in making this conference happen. Thank you, sir. I am indebted to all the technical program committee members who have joined online and the keynote speakers from various institutes and universities for accepting our request to be part of this conference and for sharing their knowledge with the researchers through this platform, through this conference. This day wouldn't have been possible without the interest of the participants who took the time to register and to make it up for the conference. Heartfelt gratitude to all the participants present either online or in offline mode from across the globe with a diverse background. This vividly represents a huge success. To be here today is a testament to the amount of love and support rendered by the Iiit fraternity. Thank you all. Without context, a piece of information is just a dot. It floats in your brain and just like other dots. And it doesn't mean a thing, right? So knowledge is information in context connecting these dots. Looking forward to see all your active participation in all the sessions, and I hope by the end of the session you will have better insight in order to connect your dots and in order to gain knowledge in your specific areas. Wish you all a happy learning ahead and have a nice stay at Iiit Ranchi. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable words. Now, may I request all of you to please rise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा। तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तब जय गाथा। जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे, भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे, जय 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 हे।
Thank you so much. Now we come to the last leg of the first session, and further in the day, post high tea, we have keynote session by Dr. Saurav Khandra and paper presentations. All the events for today would take place in the same auditorium, so I request all of you to kindly proceed for the high tea and join us back here after 15 minutes, when we shall resume with the rest of the session for the day. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day.